What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
All right, let's go. Well, I see more. You get me. Oh, look! Plants vs. Zombie heads. Pea shooters. And then the Mickey Mouse. Truly, we have entered in the darkest domain of evil.
This is it. But no sign of the professor.
I hope he's here and that he doesn't mind us disturbing him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh!
Visitors! What a marvelous surprise! Any trouble with the lift? Our last guests were stuck for hours. Poor souls. Oh. Professor Emmerich Volkaren of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor. We've never met, well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Belara, my dear girl. What a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
Actually, we did. You see, we need a Fade expert.
I'm Rook.
Charmed.
I really do like his skull helmet. I don't think that that's the right question. I'm Rook. I'm so happy to meet you. Are you dead? There you go. Let's do
I
this.
didn't expect such a warm welcome. Considering.
Please, don't be put off. The workforce is perfectly harmless. I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend to some small business here. I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Toward that screaming.
Something's gone awry in this part of the necropolis, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
Ooh. All right. I wanted to go on a quick little rant about necromancy. What is it about recent culture that has turned necromancy from this dark, creepy, almost evil art, and now in this game it's like, oh, I've met a very super polite necromancer guy. Is this becoming a trend? Is bringing people back from the dead now? It's more of just like as skeletons. It doesn't seem like such a bad thing. Is it because it's a popular build? Necromancy's a dark magic, and I really wish that more media would respect it for being dark. This is not the Veilguard specific thing. It might be that just I've been exposed to dark side of necromancy. I played Warcraft 1, and that was dark side of necromancy all over the place. And I was like, wow, necromancy, dark evil magic, makes sense. So, I don't really know why it's such a casual thing. Oh, Belara's not going to come with us, huh?
Are these warts?
Indeed they are. But what's caused the aphotic needles to fall into a slumber?
Oh, I'm pretty handy with artifacts. I can take a look.
That would be good of you, Belara. Your friends and I will press on.
Right, Professor. Good luck.
That sounded a little underhand, a little backhanded. But I'll just leave that, I'll let that go. This is a cool looking place though. I don't recall hearing about it before. And I'm okay with that. This place just looks like it has a big history. And if this is their new area and they don't give me anything explicit, like if the professor's not going to tell me about it, then I'm going to be a little grumpy.
I think something's ahead.
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
What's the bell? This is the one time, Rook, I would prefer that you ask the stupid question.
Is that a despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
Take your word for it.
It singled you out.
I am a lot of despair.
Where'd everyone go?
Wow, stop it. Scout Harding.
You got it.
Oh, hey, stop it.
It's vital we discover why that spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
Just checking for the stuff that I could need. Doesn't look like the stuff I need. He just stood on some glowing runes. And here's the pea shooter plants. Someone had to have known that looks like pea shooters. I know it's a pot with hands, but also that I don't know. You're giving me side areas to look at. You better give me a little bit of stuff. There we go.
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's undead here.
We may need to defend ourselves depending on their condition.
Haven't fought undead in a while.
No reaching these. They're mindless.
You can't control them?
I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzies. Poor things.
Poor things. Okay. Necromancy is just... It's... There are dark things in the game if you think about it. Okay, sure. Okay, alright. How do we treat those dark things? Like a casual mess.
That's rook for you.
Are we done yet?
I must free that bell.
Need some help?
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it. We'll need a wisp to unseal the doors leading out. Could you please find one and bring it here?
Okay. How?
Give it to me, and the wisp will follow.
Oh, this is an ultimate jar. I see. It is my guess that the Venatori are the ones blocking it. Also, I'm glad that we're learning how to use wisps way after we
Wisps are
should
the
be able to.
simplest of spirits, but quite helpful. Bring the wisp here, and we can unseal the doors.
I'm bringing it to you. You should unseal the door, right? Don't say things if you don't mean them. Oh, the wisps are timed? I did not know that.
Door's open. Where to now?
This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
Is he a skeleton? I bet it's a skeleton. Hey, the Venatori are learning, though. Putting the bear...
Professor,
There you go.
just Emmerich, please.
You weren't that surprised we need a Fade expert.
The spirits talk. Even the simplest have been clamoring about chaos in the Fade. Someone coming to consult wasn't an if, so much as a when.
You remember when Solus was talking to the spirits all the time and everyone viewed him with distrust because it was a weird thing to do? Neither do I.
I see we've company.
Because apparently that's not a big deal. Oh, hello! Oh. Why are you so tough? Bye. What? Actually, what we did is use this.
Take him out. Ready again.
Are you staggered too? He is. Oh, I forgot about this one, I guess. We'll go ahead and give you a big ending.
We've done it.
I'm just expecting a little bit more over here. That'll be good. Need another wisp, I suppose. Or that might be to a door we have to go to late. No, there should be a wisp around here. Hey, Crystal. Thank you. Where would you be, Mr. Wisp? Where would you be, Mr. Wisp? I just wanna know where you at, so I can unlock a door. I will go over here and not go too far, 'cause I'm looking for a wisp. Don't get distracted by the weird bath thing over here. Oh. Maybe there's a wisp down here. I only say that because this exists and I have to use Scout Harding power to get back.
Heard ya.
I also didn't miss a wisp. It'd be really dumb if they were hidden in these things. We'll keep our eye open. If not, we'll have to come back here later because this looks like a very big explorable area. If it's not, I'll be grumpy. Also, the Path of Sighs is a kind of a terrible name for a hallway.
Oh, that's cold. That's really cold.
Echoes of the despair spirits, misery devouring itself. We should keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter.
Okay. Oh, I get it. They'll explode, and I'll have to fight them. That doesn't seem like such a bad thing.
Finish it.
It's over.
Saw that. But now I want to make sure I don't miss anything up here. Oh, I like how I left the frame there. That's kind of interesting. You know what? We're gonna go. We're gonna take you out. Bye. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? And now I can take the ultimate power up. Not even a problem.
All safe.
I'm good.
Must suck to be a frost demon when I have all this firepower. Eh?
Do this without a wisp.
Well, that's a relief.
2 wisps, do we? I am very good at my job.
Strange. This door shouldn't be here.
Shouldn't it?
The necropolis rearranges itself every so often.
Okay. Are the whips not gonna spawn until I tuck to the door?
We need a whip. This is locked too. I didn't see any wisps around.
Then I shall call for aid. They've answered. We'll need to guide the wisps who've just arrived to the door.
Yeah, interesting thing about that. It's just not as powerful without Lucanus. Gotta romance him.
Still alive? Still alive.
Alright, Wisp. You're coming with me the
Those
long
wisps
way.
really came just because you asked.
They care for us, Rook. Our ever-loyal friends amongst the dead.
Well, you could have called some back here when I needed them. Oh! You jerk!
We need a wisp.
I literally can't. Okay. That little scumbag. Professor. I'll call some help, but also the game is just like, oh, I'll do whatever. And it respawns its enemies on a very short radius and its pots on a short radius. That's why these guys are back. Wisps.
Here's our second wisp.
Do they mind following us around?
Wisps often seek out mortal company. They're drawn to us as flowers turn towards a sun.
Aw, that's sweet.
I bet there was some earlier platforming mechanics
There's the last wisp.
Good. Let's return to the door.
where you're supposed to swing from those, and they couldn't get it implemented in by the time for the final game.
Well done. Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell. Despair is far more pervasive than I'd thought. We must stop who's ever drawing these spirits here, Rook.
You think a person's behind all the despair demons?
Oh yes, mortals are their prime attraction.
Venatori, because of the red crystals, we know we should be able to see the things, but we can't for some reason.
Better be ready.
Not a death chill mage. He's my mortal enemy. Oh, that's water. I can't.
They're at range.
Okay,
We've company.
changes things a bit.
They attack from a distance.
What's the matter, death chill mage? Having a problem with your barrier? Good thing that skeletons breathe underwater. There will be fine. And embrace your swimming nature.
Got him good, Rook.
Well fought, Rook.
Ooh, an eyeball. That doesn't look nothing like an eyeball. We are going to be saving all of our valuables for the Shadow Dragons because we didn't screw them over. We just chose not to go with them. I was worried that was a poison effect, but it's just a glowy water effect, which is slightly different. Valuable items.
How do we get rid of all these despair demons?
Their source is near the bell you saw earlier. Ringing it will banish them, but we must find who lured them there in the first place.
Aren't all skulls sightless? None of them have eyes, just the eye sockets. You have to climb up in a very specific way. Oh, there we go. I was wondering if they were going to actually have us do precise platforming.
Tell me, Rook, where are you from?
Ravane. Lords of Fortune took me in.
The famous treasure seekers to the north? You must tell me about your journeys once we're above ground.
Are we not above ground? Oh, if we don't go there, that's a crime. Not right now, obviously.
I'm on.
Whoa, don't fall off the edge when you're swinging that thing, man. Ooh! Ooh. Treasure chests, why do you taunt me so? Necrotic Jade. Probably does some necrotic damage. Fair enough.
Ah, here we are. This is where we'll learn who summoned these despair spirits.
But how?
You must open yourself to possibilities while in the necropolis. Would you mind lighting those braziers, Rook?
I will as soon as I loot everything in this room. All your gold are... You know what? Scott Harding, heal me up, would you? How am I going to light this, by the way? Oh, I can just activate it. Okay.
This should unseal our final pass to the bell. It's best we unchain it quickly.
And then?
The sunken star will drive away despair. Any malicious spirit that hears the tolling of the bell will be banished to the Fade.
Even banishing demons is extra fancy down here.
It's one of the specialities of the
Judgment lies with the dead.
necromantic arts.
That is menacing.
One of our better known ones, perhaps.
I think most people know about the undead stuff.
Does that mean there's another one of those over there? Ooh, there is. Judgment lies with the dead. A home and life, a birth and death, a house of many mansions. Oh, that's very optimistic. Okay.
Excellent. Approach the body and we'll begin. By seal and flame, who brought despair in our midst? Despair? Who brought it here? The Venatori. Of course. This way, please.
What did you just do?
The colloquial term is corpse whispering, a gift that manifested with my magic.
Wow.
Honestly, I've no idea how the other Watchers navigate the necropolis without it.
Shh. I think I hear someone.
This map is useless. We wasted 3 slaves in those traps. If that Hand of Glory burns down...
We could have just gone one room over. We didn't have to ask this corpse who it was, but also we should have known from the crystals. Are we dumb?
We found those Venatori.
They have no place in these walls.
Ow. Tevinter absolutely yields. Remember that time that you got... Oh, I guess you don't, because you're Venatori. Okay, these high walls are driving me nuts. There we go. That feels better.
Fight the heretic!
I feel like my ultimate doesn't do enough damage anymore. Oh.
What are the Venatori after? Gold? Artifacts?
Raw magic. Their first envoys were obsessed with gathering power for some new masters.
Ah, I'll fill you in on them later.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's on the other side of the barrier. Okay, alright, alright. We'll continue your way, game. Whoa! I thought for a second that that was... Well, how are we supposed to get to that? Oh, it's because I kicked him off the cliff. Okay, alright, fine. I guess I won't get it. Sorry, Codex entry. There's only so much I can do. Maybe I can get... Oh! I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Okay, Codex entry. Give me a... It's... That rock slides me. Okay. So... Maybe I can get down to that lower rock right there. Okay. It's gonna be very, very precise. Nah, I can't get it. That's why they did the high things. They were not expecting you to drop through it, I guess. Which is lame.
A despair.
Are you done yet? Yeah, I thought so. You know what I like most about the spare demons is that they can run away like little cowards.
A solid blow.
Ready to go again.
Well, down one more despair demon. That's the last of them.
I see someone by the crates.
I don't think they're Venatori.
Oh, that place does not look very well defined. I doubt that we'll actually get down there. Which is too bad. That looks like a really cool tower structure. I would say maybe next game, but I don't know. Dragon Age might be done.
I didn't know they'd learned to make miniature ones into Vinter.
What? Gone to the upper chambers to investigate a noise. With luck, it's only one of those lumbering Navarran corpses. What a sight. Throw my body to the flames like we do to the rest of the civilized world.
What's this?
A vessel to store the magic the Venatori intended to siphon away from us.
I don't know how I feel about that. Doesn't that looks nah. That model almost looks a little out of place here. All these wooden barrels and things. Like this, I almost swear I remember seeing in Inquisition as treasure chests. I'd be curious if they actually brought those over. Oh, hello, this guy.
Hello. Did the Venatori bring you here?
They said I'd spilled the wine too many times. That I'd be a better sacrifice than slave.
You are in Navarra, sir. There are no slaves on our soil. Please remain here. After we've seen to the rest of the Venatori, I'll send for someone to escort you above.
Oh, all right.
Those Venatori dragged that man down here just to die.
The Watchers will shelter him. We'll inquire if he has any family in Minrathous. As for the Venatori, what remains of them will be put to work.
That sounds like something Dr. Barbarian would really appreciate. He plays a necromancer in one of our D&D campaigns, and he talks about recycling us all the time. It's fun, and it works for him because he built up his world deliberately that way. Our world is a much lighter universe than this is because we're not playing with strict D&D lore.
The sunken star can help us if we break the Venatori's chains.
Right. There's one chain.
Excellent.
Yes!
Kill them all, but save the lift.
Got it.
Whatever you say.
Ow.
An excellent hit, Rook.
Yes, it takes a lot of skill to hit the entire broadside of a barn. I don't suppose you don't have any healing. No, you don't have any healing for me. That's a-okay, my friend.
Let's go get him.
There.
Ow.
Together, with me.
Hey. Yeah, do your little thing. Oh! I am done with you, Mr. Shield Man.
Careful! Behind you!
Would you just die already?
I command war.
End them! Quickly!
You are failing your Mancers. You suck. You're second-rate villains. You were second-rate villains before. You're second-rate now. Actually, the Venatori were not bad when they were first introduced.
That's the last chain.
We must return to the lower level to ring the bell.
Do you want to get on my shoulders, or...?
Be ready. The ritual to wake the bell will draw Despair's attention.
And any more Venatori?
I'll need you to keep them occupied while I work.
There's the Venatori.
I feel kind of bad. It's not even moving. Maybe it'll move when we're done with killing all these guys. Because it kind of was lame that nothing happened. And I bet they don't feel good about that.
It's not granted.
Quickly! End them!
How are we doing, Everett?
The bell is slowly waking, but we must fight a little longer.
Awakening? The bell! You ring it! You are not made strong.
Typical of them.
They're hitting us from afar.
So am I. Not hitting us, I'm hitting them. It makes a lot of sense if you don't dwell on it too much. Also, get over here.
Careful!
Right.
It did not get over here like I wanted it to.
We're halfway there.
Oh, hello, sir.
End it quick. That's a rage demon.
Hold fast!
Coming at range.
Bees. I'm not sure. I didn't use a potion there. I don't really understand what triggered that.
Move, move.
Whoa! Hey, buddy.
Raged incoming.
Bud. Whoop. Trying to.
Now what?
Now, the grand necropolis shows itself.
Nice.
Again, not moving.
Wow, those despair demons vanished.
Pretty impressive.
Thank you, but come, let's ensure these cultists didn't leave anything dangerous behind. I'll ask our attendants to gather their bodies later, of course.
And this is a severed hand.
It can't be. A hand of glory? The Venatori should never have this. I must find out where it came from.
Oh, I guess that's the chest. Probably should have grabbed that before I leave. That was a pretty fun fight. I like the look of it. I wish the bell actually rung. It really counts on you looking anywhere else other than the bell, and I feel like that's just a huge... I think I probably just couldn't get it to work.
Let me know when you'd like to return to the chambers above.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
You can tell me why you've sought out a Fade expert on the way?
I know it's a lot, but I swear we've seen the blighted elven gods ourselves.
It would explain recent oniric disruptions.
At the least, the implications of what Rook's witnessed are... Ah, thank you, Manfred.
The best way to deliver that joke is just for Manfred to walk away, and then Rook and Harding to look confused. As he walks away, I don't think that this would come across.
No one ever brings me tea after I slog through a haunted crypt.
My assistant, Manfred. Always thoughtful.
You spoke of danger to the Fade.
The elven gods plan to tear it wide open to get to the blight, and they've already messed with it. Demons, tears in reality. Our team needs a Fade expert.
Many watchers never depart Navara. But with events so dire...
I'd be delighted to assist.
It has been many years since you left us.
Well, yes, but elven gods, ancient magics. I couldn't bear miss this. Besides, I've spent my life exploring the Fade and speaking to spirits. If Rook needs an expert, none are better qualified than I.
Okay. Option 1. Hey, necromancy's evil, but that hasn't been presented that way. Glad to have you in a fight. Unreasonable response, jokey response. These two are fine. But it would have been better if we would have been introduced to Manfred before. Because he just popped up almost like, oh crap, we forgot about it. I mean, obviously I'm going to choose this one. Except no, but if then I'm not playing the game seriously, and I'm not immersing myself in the world. It takes me out of the immersion. And it does this at every opportunity. It's almost as if this was written by Netflix show writers, or they had producers that were just like, this is like a Netflix show, where we would be playing this on our main monitor, but we'd have something up on the side monitor, just like watching a TV show, or doing anything to actually hold our attention. See, Veilguard wants me to do stuff like this, while just casually listening to the dialogue, and that, I feel like, that's what a lot of TV shows do now. They expect you to be on your phone half the time. Maybe they just expect me to be on my phone half the time once the conversations go up. Does that sound crazy to you? It does a little to me too, except I've seen people play games like that. And they miss story details, but they get the gist of it. And this might be the crowd that's appealing to. Is they just assume everyone does that. And maybe that's just the new generation of RPG players. Except we know with Baldur's Gate that's not true. Turns out people want a narrative experience. So do I be real or do I be jokey to play in with the game? I'm real.
You're good in a fight. We went through
There's
a
a lot of moral implications to this choice.
Worse in the necropolis.
Welcome aboard.
Wonderful. I'll gather my things. Come, Manfred.
I also don't like how Manfred has
The grand
spectacles.
necropolis was at peace again, and Emmerich was off to a new adventure. But in Navarra, nothing stays down for long. The Venatori had unearthed something no one should have, and delivered it to the worst possible person. Emmerich's journey would soon bring him face to face with the gloaming lantern.
Unbeknownst to him, the Venatori plot is beginning a chain of events that will lead Emmerich to a dark figure from his past. Ah! Spoilers, game? Oh, I am so angry. I am angry. I am physically...
Lucanus, if you lose control of Spike, I'll have to put you both down. No hard feelings.
Good. But you should know, all the people who ever tried to kill me are dead.
They moved around. That's something. All right, Professor, where are you at? You're in that chamber over there. Perfect. I am angry. I am grumpy. I am almost tired of giving this game any sort of valid criticism. It doesn't want me to meet it at that level. It just wants to be whatever. Like the eyeglasses on the skeleton. It's funny. It's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. But they don't think about what that does to the wider implication of their world. They're just like, wouldn't it be cool if there was a skeleton that had spectacles? Maybe those spectacles are a bit more serious because of the dark figure from his past, which there should have been more focus on the Hand of Glory if that's such a big thing. They should have been able to get it. No, we had to have Varric foreshadowing us that there was more to come because everything actually seemed finished, and they don't tell it diegetically. That's the word, diegetically. That's the fancy word that fancy people use. I'm I'm tired of the game just being a game and not doing more with it.
A
A third edition of the Unnameable Elements? I didn't even know it had editions.
Oh, it's much improved with the index. Please, borrow it if you'd like.
I'd love to. Oh, Rook, you probably wanted to say hi. Thanks, Professor.
You look moved in.
Just a few essentials. Manfred was a great help with the boxes. What a fascinating place this lighthouse is. What do you make of it?
He looks more Dorian than Dorian does. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, thank you. The flirt option's supposed to be right here also, by the way. That's where it's been consistently. It's fine.
It's, you know, big, floaty, fancy walls.
That's not what... Okay.
Oh, but there's so much more to it than that.
Balara seems to think so too.
She's been quite welcoming. However, I noticed a few of the others taken aback by Manfred, and I overheard remarks about my skulls. My necromancy won't cause any undue worry, will it?
It would if necromancy had been presented at the beginning as very dark. I guess I just didn't get the vibe. Thinking back on it, it didn't seem... We went into a dark place and then we saw a corpse trigger and then he started talking cheerfully. Maybe I'm just too close to it because Dr. Barbarian has a character like that in our D&D and we already went through a moment that was just better than this. But they also said, oh yeah, we'll just go talk to the necromancers. And even the two apparently the two head of the necromancers just appeared up in the lighthouse. Like, yeah, well, you should talk to him. And then we have to go to him, and then, like, there was no build up to those two. And I think that it would have helped a lot more if there was more build up to what the Necro Hall is, and people just talking about undue worry about it. But no one cares that they're necromancers, so there's no reason that we should be scared of it in this sense. You have to kind of take yourself about and then do some gymnastics in order to get to where the game needs you to be. It's possible I'm overthinking. It's possible I'm just angry. But everyone's just new.
We're still getting used to one another.
True. And yet...
Give it time. We'll settle in.
Please excuse me. Manfred and I should finish our inventory. Thank you for stopping by.
He also has a quest for us immediately. That's what I like to see. Oh, this is going to get rebuilt, and there's going to be a branch to another layer of the lighthouse. That'll be nice. All right, what do you want, Emmerich?
By the way, Rook, before I left, Myrna and Vorgoth asked if we could assist with an outbreak of hauntings across Thedas. They also mentioned displaced wisps in the necropolis. I'm not sure what's frightened them, but it bears investigation.
Hauntings and scared wisps? Let's look into it.
Thank you. We'll depart for the necropolis whenever you're ready.
We just got here. I don't know how you'd fix that pacing problem, though. Thank you. Let's talk to Varric. Maybe he can cheer me up. Tell me about a book that you wrote. Something fun.
You know, Rook, every time I think I've got a handle on how weird magic is, it just gets weirder.
I missed the dialogue wheel for him. He should have it. We should be able to talk and remark about every mission that we've been on. Varric's voice actor is good, but he can't be that expensive. Okay, let's go talk to Scout Harding. After we upgrade this, perhaps?
Abundance.
I think I'm going to hold off a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off a little bit more. I still want to see. I still want to see more of the gear sets. And we can talk to the necromancers for that. Amy Harding, your place is turning into a venerable garden. I think it's a little bit weird that you turned your room into the outdoors and that you put, instead of like a bed, you made a little cot. And then you gave yourself a little bit of shelter from the shelter. But it's alright. You're the Bay, supposedly.
Did I see you writing a message to the Inquisition? What's that about?
You know, Varric and I were part of the Inquisition, right? I'm trying to get news about the South. But Charter hasn't replied to any of my messages. I'm trying not to worry about what's happening there, but... No, it's probably fine. Charter's just busy. She's always busy.
Charter. Who's that?
She's the Inquisition's spy master. Well, no. I guess now that the Inquisition answers to the Chantry, that makes her Divine Victoria's spy master.
Liliana. The Inquisition's presence. Here we go. Here we go.
I haven't heard much about the Inquisition in years.
Oh, that's intentional. When the breach was open, we needed a large group to stop Southern Thetis from falling into chaos. It's changed in the years since. We're a smaller force working underground to keep an eye on things going on in the world.
Well, we could use her help. What does she want? Yeah, we could use her help.
Why isn't she here? We could use a hand.
Charter entrusted the search for Solus to Varric, to us. The world's large, and she's got many things to deal with.
So how long were you with the Inquisition? 10 years?
Something like that. Why?
You must know the Inquisitor.
Well, yeah, we worked together. I wasn't part of the Inquisitor's inner circle, though.
Hey, she's healing up nicely.
I spent more time with the ordinary people, the ones you didn't hear about.
So we get to talk. We finally get to talk about things, and I wanted Scout Harding in my group, but the game wouldn't let me. What about the advisors?
And the Inquisitor's advisors? What about them?
Of all of them, I'd say Josephine is my favorite. She's lovely. She still sends me a box of handmade sweets from Val Royeaux every year on my name day. Cullen and I got along too, but he was always busy. He would have bad days from lyrium withdrawal sometimes, and I would share the tea that my ma sent. He's from Ferelden too. Maybe it reminded him of home.
What about Liliana? I heard she's intense.
I think she likes to cultivate that reputation. She's not nearly as terrifying as she sounds. Oh, I passed her in the Great Hall one day, and she suddenly turned and asked me if I wanted a nug.
A nug? Those small pink rodent things? What for?
She loved them and made a hobby of breeding them as pets.
So, did you take the nug?
No! What am I gonna do with a nug?
That doesn't. I could see a lighter moment being like that in Inquisition, but it would be framed completely differently. What about the Inner Circle?
But you did know people from the Inquisitor's inner circle, didn't you?
I knew them, sure, but those early days, all I wanted was to prove myself and not get in anyone's way. Some of them were more approachable than others. Sarah was a puppy with a new toy. 100 new toys. Fun, if you can handle the mess. She was really the only one who could make Rainier, well, Blackwall then, let down his guard. Otherwise, he kept to himself and stuck to the stables. We'd talk when I visited the horses. And there was Cole, of course.
The spirit boy?
Yep. I was just sitting on the walls one day, and he asked if he could join my game.
Like a card game?
Nah, just good old people watching. Must have seemed like a game to him somehow. We'd pick strangers out of the crowd and try to say something about them. Like, ooh, she heard the joke yesterday and she's still trying not to laugh. Or one of Cole's. His eyes remind her of the ones beneath her bed.
I have so many questions.
Believe me, I did too.
Cole didn't elaborate.
I think I prefer the mystery, don't you?
Wasn't Cole an empath? He must have been great at this game.
Aha, but the rule was you couldn't say anything you actually knew. He got it in the end. I think.
So you didn't ask him if you guessed right?
Well, being right wasn't the point. Making a habit of seeing people was. I think he liked that. It's why you don't miss.
Okay, so people watching has two functions. I've people watched before. You look at a situation and you try to imagine what's going on. And being right, I guess you guess what's going on. You can't actually. I mean, you can't actually know what's going on. But if you people watch, the whole point is being right. And that's why you don't. And we didn't even get to talk about Cassandra or anyone like that too. All right, ordinary people.
So, tell me about these ordinary Inquisition members I haven't heard about.
The Inquisition hired hundreds, and most of them weren't Magisters or Ben Hasrith or the left hand of the Divine. There were scouts and stable hands, carpenters and cooks and quartermasters, even 2 dedicated pastry chefs. Most of them volunteered, like me. We wanted to help in whatever small way we could.
I want you to elaborate, Rook, but we're gonna go with this.
You help people. That's not small.
It sure felt like it sometimes. I'd sit with Rector and Faulkner and we'd watch the important people with their important business rushing by.
Rector? Faulkner?
Liliana gave all her agents pseudonyms.
Right, like Charter.
Well, Charter's Charter, but when the other 2 and I were together, we were just Lace, Wilbur, and Katya.
Do you miss it? The Inquisition, I mean.
It's hard to miss an organization. They're only as good as their people, don't you think? But I do miss my friends. We write each other, but it's not the same. And the Inquisition is different from what we've built here. Not better or worse, just different. It's special when you're among people working toward the same goal.
Not everyone. There was Solus. What did you really think of him back then?
Lonely. He always seemed lonely. It's hard not to be when you hold yourself above everyone else.
He has a crusade. He's a jerk. I feel sorry for him. I do feel sorry for him.
As smart as he's supposed to be, there's just some things he doesn't get.
Oh, I pity him. That's not what I meant.
Yeah. Maybe one day he will. Maybe. If you help him. Anyway, I'm sure something out there's on fire, and here I am rambling about the past. I should let you go. Talk later?
I like how there's 2 different types of riffles. And they do not mix well together. That put me in a better mood thinking about a completely different and better video game. Which is not the look that you want, but it is what we got.
Farewell for now.